Hey, it's Empathy Truman, Josh Hines, fresh out of jail, 2 months in Billerica, again, for posting a video on my YouTube channel, telling the world that I went to jail previously for a non-threatening music video. I mean, it's just incredible. Concord Court, I don't know, do you ever just stop and think? Do you ask yourselves, are we the baddies? Should we be doing this to this guy? 4 times he's been wrongfully incarcerated? Are we the Nazis? Yes, you are. You are Nazis. I don't know anybody who would charge somebody with a felony over a song called Graveside Seats, which is about a friend of mine, John, who's my girlfriend's little sister, broke up with him. I heard the bang. I had to go in there. I saw his brains all over the carpet and blood and weird yellow shit. And I had to see his father crying, talking to the police. And you have the nerve to charge me with a felony for that? You wouldn't even apologize for that. Who do you think you are? And you throw me in jail on top of it. You give a protective order to my ex-wife over an argument I had with my dad, which was out of Dedham Court, which was dismissed. And you still upheld this protective order with no history of abuse, just so you could take my firearms and just so you could find any excuse, even if it's a disgusting excuse like charging me with a song about a friend's suicide, just so you could throw me in jail because you thought that I needed to go to jail as a forced rehab. And you shouldn't be playing God. You shouldn't be steering a narrative. We're not supposed to live in a world like this, ran by Palantir. You censor my social media. You think I don't know, what you're doing? So I'm willing to go back to jail again for each and every one of you for the 5th time. So send you a little warrant. I'll get arrested trying to go to the supermarket, not bothering anybody again, because that's how strongly I feel about this, that you should not be Nazis. Just try being not Nazis for once. That's all I'm asking you to do. It's not that hard, and I know that your heart's in the right place, and I can kind of appreciate the fact that you're willing to risk your career and violate my rights and break laws to try and help me, but I didn't ask for your help. I don't need help. I'm sick of people I call myself Empathy Truman because I'm an empath. I'm very sensitive to people's energies and feelings. I can't explain it. I don't know if it's a gift or a curse or what, but I get messages and I can see through the bullshit. So you're not fooling me. I'm just letting you know. I play along, but it's just incredible to me. So empathy, and the Truman Show, right, is one of the most important movies. Hollywood gives you insights to realities of our world, in case you haven't figured that out yet. So, just like Jim Carrey, when the fake star falls out of the sky, and it was a set light, and he starts to realize he's being watched everywhere he goes, just like my life, and just like everybody. And while I was in Billerica, this is the most interesting thing. I was talking to a CO, and I said, I can't believe I'm in here for music videos again. He's like, yeah, that's insane, And then nobody can believe it because it's bullshit. And everybody knows it's bullshit, So you're not fooling anybody. But when I left that conversation, I overheard he started talking to a member of the IPS team. And I don't know what IPS stands for. I'm assuming it's internal prison surveillance because that's what they do. In a prison, you have all these cameras in the ceilings watching all of us, just like a casino. And if you're a criminal or if you're hooking up with your girlfriend in the park, just so you know, that's our world when you go outside too. All these fake stars, it's a big surveillance system. It's ran by Palantir, and they're trying to censor me for trying to expose them because they don't want people to know. They like to be creeps and watch us without us knowing so they can catch us doing something wrong and they can study us and play God. So during this conversation, I heard the IPS guy say, well, it's not his music videos. And then I heard the word Palantir, and I'm like, it's because I'm posting these videos with the fake stars. They don't want me talking about it, But it's just incredible. I am done. I'm so fed up. I don't know anybody who would take a guy who literally just lost his kids. I've been allowed to talk to my kids for no reason for 2 years. And then you take my legally owned firearms and use a bullshit protective order to do that. And then use ridiculous things. All I'm doing is posting music to my own YouTube channel. I've never threatened anybody. And like music is all I got. And now you're telling me I can't do that? Who do you think you are? You censor my social media channels like with Finn Fisher and Gamma Group. I mean, it's incredible though. I have figured out the scale of this thing. And I have come to the conclusion that we are literally in the middle of a technology enslavement holy war. I'm not like a religious person, but I'm starting to get it, like I feel like this thing is like biblical. And I'm starting to wonder, like, maybe this gift of empathy that I have is like, maybe I'm like a disciple to fight this thing, because I'm just curious if you guys realize that you are the bad ones, and I'm still not sure. Like, I think your heart's in the right place, and I hope so. I don't want to believe that there's that much evil out there, but it's incredible to me that you're willing to throw a man in jail 4 times who's not hurting anybody, who just wants to share his art and hopefully make somebody's day a little better when they hear my songs. The pain of not seeing my kids is incredible. And the fact that you're willing to take the risk. I mean, you guys know me. I'm not a threat. I'm not a violent person. But you're lucky I am who I am, because a lot of guys would have flown off the handle by now. This is how you create a Timothy McVeigh. I know I was in jail with murderers. I know killers. I've hung out with some crazy people before. I will admit that, and I'm not like that, but I'm able to get along with anybody, and there are people who would probably do something horrible, and that's not a threat. I'm just trying to educate you that you really got to be careful who you're playing God with, because I'm assuming that you do this all the time with other people too. And it's not right. So send your warrant. I'll go back to jail again for everybody. And then when I get out, that'll be it. I'll be done. So but shame on you, for real. I would really encourage you to dismiss all these fake charges. Give me my property back. Give me the money you extorted out of me from Little Family Court. I know my father's involved with all this. It's a big ruse, and it's just disgusting. Stop hacking my computers and stop censoring me. Give me my life back and leave me the fuck alone. Like, it's just incredible. All right, Truman out. I hope you like my next song. It's called Calling You Out. Toodles.